So today, guys, we're going to be talking about The Last of Us. And we're not talking about The Last of Us 1 and we're not talking about The Last of Us 2, but we're talking about a new game that they are currently working on that we finally heard a little bit more about. They definitely still have it under wraps, but it was actually good to hear more about this game because the last time we even heard anything about it was back in 2019. So let's talk about what we know. So if you guys don't remember, I would think it was September 2019, this message was put out by Naughty Dog. They said, we wanted to address the multiplayer in The Last of Us Part 2. As development began in the evolution of our factions mode from The Last of Us Part 1, the vision of the team grew beyond the additional mode that could be included with our normal single player campaign. Wanting to support both visions, we made the difficult decision that The Last of Us Part 2 would not include an online mode. But read this right here. However, you will eventually experience the fruits of our team's online ambition, but not as part of The Last of Us Part 2. When and where it will be realized is still to be determined, but rest assured, we are as big a fan of Faction as the rest of our community and are excited to share more when it's ready. And we didn't hear anything else for years, literally. But in 2022, this June, during the Summer Game Fest, we finally heard something, and look what he had to say.
So what can Last of Us fans expect in the future from you?
Thank you for asking, Jeff.
Yes.
So one of the things we've mentioned a while back is what started out as a multiplayer mode has evolved due to the team's ambition. They really wanted to do something beyond what we've ever done before at Naughty Dog. And we felt the way to do it justice is to make it a standalone title. And they've been working on it for the past 2 years. Ambition has grown, and we're not quite ready to fully unveil it, but we're ready to lift the curtain a little bit and just give you like an update of where we're at.
Okay, well, what can you tell us about this new standalone multiplayer game?
Yeah, so we have a concept art that we want to show.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you
Whoa!
is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big as any of our single player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger. It's got a story. The way we're telling that story is very unique to this game. It's got a brand new cast of characters. It takes place at another place, another part of the United States.
It's like a city might be somewhat familiar, some people.
I'm sure our fans have already figured it out. And it's really cool. And it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Pantnati, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year, so I wait till next year to hear more about that
year.
one. Okay, well, very exciting that this has evolved, and I mean, that concept art looks incredible. I can't wait to see Naughty Dog's storytelling fused with multiplayer live game.
It's something special. We can't wait to show it either.
And when he announced that during this year's Game Fest, I was totally stoked. I thought, man, this could be one of the biggest open world survival multiplayer games. And it's even crazier that I want to say a couple months back, there was a leaker who actually leaked some information, and it all lined up with what he said during this year's Game Fest. Now, the leaker goes by Oops Leaks, and this is from his official Twitter page, and it says, The Last of Us online game, planned as a battle royale but got completely rebooted, described as a mix of Tarkov and The Division with additional modes inspired by the original Factions multiplayer. Single player like experience in an online game, free to play, first on PlayStation 5 and then further release on PC. And he actually tweeted this in March of 2022. So 2 months prior to this event even going live. And it even gets better. It says it's Naughty Dog's new IP, next major single player title, Neil Druckmann is not involved, fantasy setting, at least what it looks like, currently in full production. Now, if we go back to what he initially tweeted where he said the game was going to be a battle royale, but it got reworked, that seems something that's been happening to a lot of the IPs who tried to get into battle royales a little bit later. They realized if they created something that was more of a survival based game with some type of story, but also with the online mechanics, people would actually enjoy that a little bit more. And I feel that's where The Last of Us new online game is headed. Now, I also love to hear what he said, where he says we started as a multiplayer mode, has evolved due to the team's ambition. So I love when developers get together and they just want to create something that's a lot more special. And I can't wait to see what they actually do with a game like The Last of Us and create more of an open world multiplayer game with a story, as he said. That's going to be what really drives me to really pay attention to what they show us next year, because that's the earliest we're going to hear anything else. And the first thing I could think of when I thought of Naughty Dog creating an open world survival game was the game that was supposed to come out this year that got delayed till next year. Remember this game, The Day Before, which has that third person movement mechanics, and if you've watched any of their gameplay, it actually looks a lot like how the characters in The Last of Us move. So this could actually be a killer for this game, especially if this Last of Us, which we know most likely will be some type of open world survival with zombies, because that's what's in The Last of Us, plus have other characters, and they're such a big company, they're just going to be able to do it better, and it's going to be hard for The Day Before to compete. One more thing that did stand out to me was the fact that he said Naughty Dog wants to do something that's never been done at Naughty Dog, and that really has me excited for what this game. Now, the fan art is even more impressive. As you guys can see, it looks like it's a wide open space in San Francisco, and if you look closely, it looks like you can see their clickers, you know, because they don't have zombies, but yeah, obviously that's what they call them. They're zombies, clickers, and then you could also see other players down below fighting, way down below. So not only do we have these two characters up here, one with a sniper rifle, one looking Overwatch, you got players down below. So I wonder, do you play solo? Is it co-op? Is it groups of 4? How many people can be on a team? How does this all work? There's just so much more we will learn. And then if we look closely, it looks like there's a huge dust storm, right? So could it be something that's causing the players to have to move? Because you can see like the dust storm's coming in. Is it a tornado? What is that big storm to the right of the city? So I'm excited to find out more about this, because I've loved the way The Last of Us played. I love the way The Last of Us Part 2 played, and I always wanted an online experience because I love third-person shooters. And if Naughty Dog brings us a third-person open world survival game, it's gonna be something special. I want to know, what do you guys think about this? Are you guys excited about this? Did you guys hear about this? And what do you think will come out of this next year? So we should find out more next year. Who knows if this will be releasing in 2023, but obviously based on those leaks, it looks like PS5 and then obviously PC at a later date, free to play. Hey, you can't beat that. But we're gonna wrap up the video here. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I'll see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.